everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and for today's video I am going to be doing my July TBR. So last month I definitely didn't read everything on my TBR, but I definitely did a better job than I have done in past months with what I did read, like with it being on my TBR. I didn't really read that much last month, but everything that I did read was like something that was on my TBR. So for that, I'm really proud of myself. I read more last month than I did in May, so again, proud of myself for that, and hopefully that will continue this month. I'm feeling a little bit behind on my Goodreads challenge for the year. Even though I'm still ahead of schedule, I would like to have a little bit more wiggle room there than I currently do, but it's all gonna be fine. So in the month of July, there are two readathons that I'm going to be partaking in. First one is the beach readathon, which is hosted by Shelby over at Grace with Books, Delancey from Reading BRB, and Sadie over at Sadie Joyful. Definitely check out all of their channels. I'll have them linked down below, as well as their announcement videos. I am actually really good friends with Shelby, and I recently subscribed to Delancey and Sadie, and I'm super excited to watch more of their content. But yes, absolutely so pumped for this readathon, and I think I'm even hosting some reading sprints on the 4th of July. I have to double check with Shelby about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm hosting reading sprints on the Twitter on the 4th of July, which is super exciting. So fun stuff. I'm really pumped for it, and I'm going to be doing a reading vlog for that, so you'll see like my strict TBR for the beach readathon there. And then there's also the reading rush, which is hosted by Raylene and Ariel. Again, I'll have the announcement video for that linked in the description as well. Really excited for the reading rush. It's taking place July 20th to July 26th, I believe. And I'll have a dedicated video for what books I'm going to be reading for that coming out closer to the actual reading rush. So all of that being said, let's get started with some of the other miscellaneous books that I want to be reading throughout the month of July. So we'll start with a couple of audiobooks that I didn't end up getting to last month. So the first one that I really need to finish is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I got about halfway through this one and I just wasn't in a huge audiobook mood, which is why I didn't finish it, but I am really enjoying it. I want to finish that one hopefully today, and then I also want to read The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. That one went away on Scribd, so I wasn't really allowed to listen to it, so hopefully in the month of July I'll be able to get access to that and read it. I don't think excited is the right word because I know it deals with really heavy subject matter, as does On the Come Up. I kind of messed that up in my June TBR and said that it was a little bit lighter. It's definitely, I mean, I can't compare fully, but it's not as light as I thought it was going to be. That is a comparison that I can make. So definitely still deals with really heavy subject matter, so just be wary of that before you go in, but I still highly recommend it and I think it's an amazing read. Then another one that I really want to read on Scribd is called The Deep. I don't remember who this is by, but I'll put a picture up. This is about African-American slave women that were overthrown and have now become sirens. That's all that I read. It's a really short audiobook. It's like 4 hours and a minute or something like that. So I'm really excited to read this one. I don't know anything beyond that, but it sounds really intense and really good. So definitely pumped to read that one. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing a reread of A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. It's my favorite book of all time. I absolutely freaking love this book, and I reread it like once or twice every single year because I just love it so much. I always reread it and then watch the movie because both make me cry equally as much. So yeah, I'm about halfway through this reread and I'm freaking loving it. I get something new out of it every single time. It's a really emotional book about grief. It's about a boy named Connor O'Malley who his mom is diagnosed with a terminal illness and she's getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and he's kind of having to come to terms with the fact that she might not make it, and things are gonna change for him. So absolutely love it. It's my favorite book of all time and I just need to reread it. Okay, now we can talk about all the books that I have physically sitting on my lap that I want to read for the rest of the month. The first one is one that I don't know if I'll get to, but I've been staring at it and I think I might just need to read it, and that is Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. This is about a boy named Pablo who is an NYU dropout and works at a bodega in New York City when one night this famous like influencer person named Leanne walks into the bodega and their lives kind of intersect, and I'm assuming a romance comes before them. What was I trying to say? A romance ensues. That is the word that I was looking for. I don't know why I said it so weirdly. Anyway, other than that, I don't know much more, but it's about people in like their early 20s not really knowing what they want to do with the rest of their life and just kind of like struggling, and honestly, couldn't relate more. So this sounds like a book that I need to read as soon as possible. Then we have another book that I didn't finish last month. I got about halfway through and I'm really enjoying it, and that is Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganusho. I think Ganusho, I don't know, but this is about a boy named Ari whose parents own a bakery and they are forcing him to work there even though he doesn't want to. He wants to move to the city, kind of create a life for himself and be in this band that he's been a part of and hopefully be successful there. And then a boy named Hector who really loves baking moves into the area and he starts helping out at Ari's bakery. Not Ari's bakery, but Ari's family's bakery, and I'm assuming that a love story ensues from there. Like I said, I'm about halfway. It's super cute, love the art style, and all of the baking is super fun. They give you like little, like they give you all of the ingredients and everything in here. They don't give you instructions, but like you have the recipe essentially for all of the things, which I think is another really cool touch. So loving this as well. Then we have another graphic novel that is super short that I want to read, and that is Raven. This is like the first installation in the Teen Titans graphic novel series, I believe. This is by Cami Garcia, illustrated by Gabriel Piccolo. Is it Piccolo or Piccolo? I don't know. But this one is cool because it's like all purple theme, which is super cool, and then this one's all blue theme, so I just think that's interesting. This is a DC Inc. graphic novel, and I don't really know much about the DC superheroes. I know a decent amount more about Marvel, but yes, I'm really excited to hopefully read this one as well. And then lastly of the books that I have physically is I just stabbed myself. Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is about these teenagers that kind of like witnessed the end of the world or something and now they have to save it. I don't know really what it's about, but it's told in like a bunch of interviews and just mixed media format, which I think is super dope. The conclusion of this series has been out for such a long time, and I've been wanting to read it since Illuminate came. What is with me hitting my head? I've been wanting to read it since Illuminate came out, but I just never did. And so I'm really excited. It is 600 pages long, but I think it will hopefully go a little bit quicker since it's told in such a unique way. So really pumped for this as well. That's everything that I'm going to try and read throughout the month of July, interspersed through those readathons. I'm really pumped for the month of July. I hope that you guys are as well. I hope you're all doing well, reading mentally and otherwise. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye guys.